Have you ever been in a situation in life when you just couldn't get your thoughts to go in the direction that you needed them to? Maybe something unexpected happened and you were trying to find a solution, but you just couldn't find one. Or you may have been going through a hard time that lasted much longer than you had hoped it would. And no matter how hard you thought and how many ways you tried to find an answer to your circumstances to change them, you just were not able to. Utilizing our thoughts to create good in the world is a privilege, and I feel that oftentimes we don't realize what a privilege it is, because when circumstances are so challenging, people often cannot get to a place where they can find solutions through their thinking to what is a better way to handle their lives. When we are comfortable and at peace in our own lives, it's much easier to find resolutions and solutions, not only for ourselves and the things that we're dealing with, but for the greater world. And that is why I say thoughts create things is a privilege. Because there are people in much of the world that their living circumstances are so dire or challenging that using their thoughts to change their circumstances is just not possible. And therefore, you and I, my friend, when our lives are going well, if we have the blessing of our daily lives being stable enough that we have food, clothing, shelter, some interaction with other people that are positive, then we therefore have a responsibility to help the rest of the world who does not have those blessings on a daily basis to find solutions so that their lives can be as good as ours are. Do you recall a time in your life, as I do, when life was so difficult that all I could do was try to find a way to get up each morning and meet my responsibilities, and the possibility of finding a solution to my problems seemed impossible? Do you recall a time in your life when it was the same for you? And as painful as that may be for you to answer such a question, it's very good for us to realize that many people wake up in most parts of the world and they have problems that they absolutely do not have a solution to, whether it is through resources or through connections, through finances. Many people in the world, including their children, do not have a way to have their basic needs met. And this, my friend, takes us back to our thoughts, our responsibility to others. Because if we are in a position where we can do good in the world and we can think good thoughts, build solutions, find answers for others, it is our responsibility to do so. Do you see what I mean? If God has blessed us, or if you don't believe in God, whatever you believe in the goodness of the world, if we are fortunate enough to have our basic human needs met, then we are therefore automatically put in a position of being responsible for others. Our privilege is a responsibility to others. If you and I are fortunate enough that when we woke up this morning, we had food, clothing, electricity, a way to get back and forth, whether via public transportation or our own vehicle, and even have some comfort such as a pet or a friend. Do you see how we have been given so much more than so many? And the reason we have so much is so that we can find solutions for others. And this begins with our thoughts. When our thoughts are just for ourselves, we're miserable, aren't we? If you think about that, if you wake up in the morning, if I wake up in the morning, and our thoughts are just about what we want to accomplish, but it doesn't include the betterment of the world for others, if our thoughts in the morning all day are just about ourselves and what we want, then not only will our lives not have much meaning, but the responsibility that we have to others to find solutions for them has not been upheld. Our thoughts can create ideas, solutions, and answers for many others. And if you, my friend, as I did, woke up this morning and had something to eat, electricity, a place to live, and even though I want so much more out of life, as I imagine you do, what I offer to you is that we have a responsibility to find solutions to others because their thoughts matter also, but they simply do not have the resources to connect their thoughts to solutions for their lives. And so thinking good thoughts is a God-given privilege. And if you and I and your friends and my friends, your neighborhood and my community, if we all use our place of privilege of having our basic human rights met, then surely through our good thoughts, we can find solutions to make the world all that it is meant to be. Remember, you are meant to be in this world at this time, and I promise you, you are the answer to other people's prayers. May your day unfold beautifully, and I love you. If Swanky Genius encouragements helped your heart, we'd be ever so grateful if you liked, commented, subscribed, shared our podcast, and check out our book, journal, and coloring book series featuring Lamp the cat and Swanky Genius the bird, who are whimsical best pals at swankygenius.com.